There is a huge difference between boundaries and ghosting. I know that you may have received counseling that you just need to ignore that person and that's you setting boundaries. But I want you to know you're getting wrong counsel. And let me explain why. There's night and day difference between boundaries and ghosting. Boundaries are healthy, ghosting is hateful. Boundaries are clear. To be clear is to be kind. To be unclear is to be unkind. And whenever you're ghosting someone, they don't know. I have talked to so many friends that are ghosted by their children or by their parents or by a friend, and all of them say, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I've done. And even if you've told that person, a slew of things that you're going to be setting boundaries for, and then you ghost them, it's not the same thing when you ghost them because you're ignoring them. And to ignore someone is disrespectful, it's unkind. So let me say it like this: God's way of doing things is to set boundaries. He loves it when we are boundary setting people. He likes it. Jesus set boundaries. And so he wants us to set boundaries. And boundaries are clear. Boundaries don't reject the person. It sets limits on their actions. Does that make sense? And so when you're rejecting a person, it's not of God. It's being hateful. It's being unkind. It's being disrespectful. And then if you're teaching others around you to do the same thing, to carry your offense, then you're just doubling that disrespect and that hatefulness. And let me say this: when you sow to the flesh, you're going to reap corruption. I don't want you to reap corruption. I don't want you to be hurt. And so that's why I feel like it's so important to get this video out. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I know I'm probably going to reap some repercussions from it. I know I'm going to get some backlash from it, but I must speak the truth. And I will say this, that there are times that I haven't been completely forthcoming with the whole truth because I didn't want to hurt. Like there was one time my neighbor called me, something happened with her daughter, and I wish I could go to that daughter today and tell her how sorry I am for not standing up to this mother of hers, my neighbor, and telling her, hey, you're wrong. I know it hurts. I know what you're going through hurts, but you're wrong and what you're feeling. And I think that maybe you've gone through this thing to get rid of this religious spirit that you have. I didn't want to speak up because I didn't want to hurt her. And sometimes as friends, we want to tell people it's okay. Yeah, you're ghosting them. That's the right thing. You're setting boundaries. You've got to do that because for your sanity, for your mental health, you've got to do that. And you know what? It is so wrong to tell somebody to ghost and to ignore, to disrespect them. And let me just say this also: there is an underlying element of spitefulness. Every person that is ghosting is a person that's been hurt. And when you're hurt, there's a thing where you're saying, I'm just going to ignore them and I want to hurt them back. I want them to hurt like I hurt. And you may not be doing it consciously, but there's a subconscious spitefulness. And there's nothing good that's going to come from spitefulness and vengefulness. God says, vengeance is mine. You're not the one to hurt back, because here's what's happening. Yes, you are hurting that person. Absolutely. Absolutely. The pain is strong. It is harsh. And it is so hard to bear when you're being ghosted. It is a hard thing from somebody you love, especially. It is one of the hardest things you'll walk through. But let me tell you, the person, if you're the one ghosting, you also are being hurt. The enemy has you in his grips because you are doing things his way. And it says if you sow to the flesh, you're going to reap corruption. Do you really want corruption in your life? But if you sow to the spirit, you're going to reap life and peace. There is going to be no peace. You might think you're finding it from getting away from that person and ghosting them. You might think, oh, I'm going to get some healing, get away from them. But let me tell you, you're sowing corruption. You are not going to find peace. You're not going to find true peace. You're not going to find a lasting peace. You're going to have to search for it and search for it. And until you do it God's way, you're not going to find it. So I am pleading both to the person that's ghosting and also to the one that is being ghosted. I'm going to do another video on how to get past that person hurting you and crushing you, and come to a place of peace and joy, actually, real joy in your life, and to be able to overcome being ghosted. So that's next. But I hope this helps somebody. Let me know if this has happened to you, if you are on the ghosting end, you've done that to people and you've had wrong counsel and you want to make it right. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer.